Hi, fourth grade. We're going to go a little bit further in our Chumash learning here into Perek Bet, number 2. And as you'll recall, the last time that we had a Chumash lesson, we got so far as the end of page 25, where it says, Vatetatsav achoto merachok. His sister stood from a distance, lade'ah, like lada'at, to know ma ye'aselo, what will be done to him, what's going to happen to him. So now let's see what happens to him. We're going to start off by looking again for our verbs, and I'd like to do that before we do anything else. Now you'll remember that we're looking at feminine verbs here. So let's look and see what we find. They're going to all start with vav tav. So I'm going to go here and, oops, that was supposed to be clear. Let me go through. I'm going to get that out of the way. That's supposed to be locked. Oh, goodness knows. All the things I thought I did beforehand. Okay, now I'm locking this page so that won't move. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm taking this, and the fill of this should be opaque. Let's see, is that one going to work? Yay! Okay, now I got to get rid of it. Okay. Vatered, we have right here. Ugh, it's still not locked. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, I think we're ready to carry on now. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to find our feminine verbs that start with vav tav. Vatered. So we're looking at the vav tav. We know that's not part of the shorish. We just see yud. We just see resh and daled. So what could a shorish be? The first thing we always try is we try to see, is it possible that there's a hey missing from the end? Let's try it. Resh, daled, hey. Is this something we know? No. So this is not going to work for us. We have to figure out what is missing here. And the next thing I always try after putting a hey at the end, the next thing I always try is putting a yud at the beginning, because that falls off a lot. So let's see what happens if we put a yud at the beginning. Yud, resh, daled. Do we know this one? We sure do. It means go down. So this means she went down. So let's look for our next verb. Let's see. We only want the ones now that start with vav tav. That's what we're looking for. So I see one. Let's see. Are you looking? Vatera. Now that one we've seen before, because the mother did before, but somebody else is doing it here. Resh aleph hey. She saw. So someone's going to go down. They're going to see. And what's the next one? There are 2 in the next line. Can you find them? Put a box around them. Vatishlach. Oops, I lost my box tool. Vatishlach. And look at Vatikaheha. We've got it again. Oh, my box didn't. There we go. Now it's at a good place. Okay, so that's Pasuk Hey. Let's look at Pasuk Vav. Oh, it's right there again. Vatiftach. We've got another one. Vatiftach. Let's look at the very next word is another one. Vatireu. You know, it is making me go back each time to get the tool to make the box, which is crazy. Okay, let's see another one. Number 13, vatachmol. So that one even has a little number, so we're going to have some help on the side to figure out what she did. But we know that she did it, whoever she is. We're going to have to look closer. Vatomer, she, what's that one going to be? Like Omer, Omeret? She said. So let's look at these two psukim now more carefully. We don't know yet who we're talking about, but whoever she is, she went down. We see that right here. She saw something. She sent somebody. And look at vatikacheha. It's got kach inside, and she took it. Vatiftach, like poteach, she opened it. Vatirehu, she saw. Vatachmol, over here, number 13. She had compassion. That means she felt something. She kind of like she felt sorry, but yeah, kind of like she felt sorry. Vatomer, and she said. So let's now go and look who we're talking about and fill in what's missing from this story. Let's first see who it is we're talking about. I'm back up here on Pasuk He. Vatered bat paro lerchotz al hayaor. So who went down? Okay. We know who went down. Bat Paro went down. And why was she going down? She was going to wash in the Nile River. I don't think that they had bathtubs then. So, or if they did, man, they would need a lot of people to carry a lot of heavy water. I would imagine if anybody could have had a bath in a bathtub in those days, it would be someone like Bat Paro. So if even Bat Paro goes down to the Nile River to wash up, my guess is that's how they got cleaned up back then. So Bat Paro went down to wash in the Nile River. V'na'aroteha. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of extra stuff added onto this word. So we're going to have to look a little closely and find out what's the key word in there that we know. Well, v at the beginning, that means and, so that's not the word. That ha on the end is actually meaning her. Do you look inside? What is na'arot? Do you know na'arot? Young women. So she goes down to bathe in the Nile, and her young women, more than one, holchot al yad hayaor. So where is Bat Paro? Picture it in your mind. Close your eyes for a minute. She's in the water bathing, right? And who's walking back and forth on the side of the river? Her young women, her slaves, or maybe her ladies in waiting who help her and are kind of like her friends. So she's not alone. She's got them, and they walk by back and forth, it looks like. They're walking next to the river, maybe to make sure that nobody comes to see her bathe. Maybe they're just keeping her company. Vatera et hateva b'toch hasuf. What did she see? Vatera et hateva b'toch hasuf. She sees the basket there in the reeds. And remember, it's tucked in the reeds, so it won't float away. But tishlach, now is she going to go herself to get it? I mean, she's Bat Paro, right? But tishlach, and she sent et amata ha'amashela. We also have it over here, 20, where is it? It's supposed to, number 12. I just had the box on top of the one. And she sends her servant, ha'amashela, batikaheha, and she took it. So now they've got the basket out of the water. Vatiftach, it had a lid on it. They had to open it up. Vatir et hayeled. What does she see inside? Now here is one of my favorite parts, guys. I love this. Have we done this before where we talk about the word vihine? I think we did. I know I've done it with 5th grade. As soon as we see vihine, it's our little clue that the text is going to, in a minute, want us to see something from somebody else's perspective, almost like we're watching through their eyes. Vehine na'ar boche. And what's the baby doing? This baby is crying. So right now, you're supposed to be looking at this baby crying in the basket. You're seeing it right now through Bat Paro's eyes. What do you feel when you see a crying baby? I don't mean your little brother or sister who's been annoying you and won't be quiet. You see a cute little baby, you open the basket, the baby is crying. How do you feel? By looking through Bat Paro's eyes, you can imagine now how she feels, and it tells us, V'tachmol alav. She had compassion for him. She wanted to take care of him. Vatomer, and she said, Miyaldei ha'ivrim zeh. She knows something here. There is no doubt about it. She says, he is miyaldei, from the children of the Hebrews. She knows he's a little Hebrew baby. I'm wondering how she might know that. What clues might there be here? I want you to now look at our verbs, but I want you to keep in mind this question. How does she know it's a Hebrew baby? Because we're going to come back to that. That I want you to be thoughtful about, and I'm going to ask you a question about that in your exit ticket today. So don't stop thinking about that. Do you remember this page? On this page, we were taking all of the verbs that we saw, and we were putting them in the right place with the right part of the story. So let's see, what can we do? Here, in number 3, if you see right here, we have room for 1, 2, 3 verbs. It's going to be before they open it up. We need to go back and look for those 3 verbs. Okay, here we are. I went back to the text, to page 26, and I'm looking at verse hey, only verse hey. And we have these verbs, vatered, vatera, vatishlach, vatikaheha. So let's look back to the page where we have all our circles. So what's happening here first? We had vatered. Is she going down in any of these pictures? We're on number 3 now, actually. Looks like she's already down. So what did she do next? I think that what we have here is when she's seeing the baby. So which of those verbs was it? Look back. Which word was when she sees the baby? Vatera. Okay, and then what's next? What does she do with her servant? Vatish. You got it. Vatishlach. Vatikachehu. And she took it. So that's the next part of the story. Now look at the next circle here. What did they do with the basket? Find the verb. It's in the next part of the text. Vatiftach. They opened it. And what happens right here? What is she seeing? Well, I just gave it away. Actually, number 5 could be either Vatirehu, she saw him, or it could be Vatachmol, she took pity on him. Those both work there. All right, so that's as far as we're going to go with the text today. I hope you're seeing how this is all unfolding, and I'm hoping that you're finding that this vocabulary is still familiar to you and that you understand. Before I finish this video, I want to remind you, I wanted you to think about one thing. How do you think how did Bat Paro know that this little boy was from the Hebrew people? So give that some thought. There are a number of good answers you could come up with. So think about it and don't worry about whether your answer is right or wrong. We're trying to just come up and generate ideas. So don't forget, that's going to be part of your exit ticket. All right, that is it. That is the end of your Chumash assignment.